Happy Friday, everybody. Today is Friday, August 13th, 2021. Yes, it is Friday the 13th. For those of you with trichodectophobia, the fear of the number 13, it's okay. We're going to move right into our Friday planning video. So, as I promised, I'm back here where all this started, where we started to do these videos over a year ago. Back in South Carolina, I'm back here to find a new location for our office that was destroyed by the fire last month. A huge thank you to Rebecca and my dad for getting things up and running as quickly as they did. It has certainly been a little bit bumpy here and there, but as I mentioned a few weeks ago in this video, this is the perfect example of how having a contingency plan in place and a great team behind you is a way to get through all this. So there are many discussions I want to be having with you right now. I will come back to you in regard to that with short videos, I hope, about the market and some planning ideas. So keep an eye out for those. Some important topics we'll post about those, and feel free to share this video and all of those as well. So for now, let's talk about something that usually gets overlooked this time of year. But as I mentioned, if we plan for it, it'll make the task a lot easier down the line. So thank you to Russell Investment Group. Thanks to Russell Investment Group, I want to share with you some thoughts on upcoming capital gains taxes. Now, I know a lot of you want to turn off the video now, but give me another few minutes. I do think it's going to be important. We'll have an outline of a plan on how to deal with this pesky issue, and then of course we'll deal with it from there. So first and foremost, I will leave the Biden capital gains tax changes out at this point. First of all, we don't know if there'll be any, and if we do, we don't know what they're going to be. So we're going to leave that out. Second of all, there are plans that we can put into place that regardless of what the changes are, then this is going to be something that we can definitely benefit from. So let me remind you, we do not offer tax-specific advice. This is something we do in partnership with your tax advisors, and we hope this will have you introduce us to your tax advisors so we can work with them on your behalf to execute the tax efficiency in your investment and your financial plan. Okay, the 4 A's of preparing for the upcoming capital gains season. Again, thanks to a blog from the Russell Investment Company. First, we need to be aware of the issue. Now, again, there are costs to everything. We know that. Investment and financial planning is no different. The one cost that people overlook a lot when we do all this is capital gains and the taxes in that. So you've heard me say it many, many times. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep. So again, this is what we're going to be focusing on. We have to be aware of what's there. Then we can have our actions and our inactions. We'll recognize the fact that it does make a difference in what goes on. So second is the assessment. So once we recognize that there's something going on, we need to assess what it is, what the impact will be on our returns. That's action number 2, is to take an assessment of our exposure. We're going to be doing that on your portfolios when we have our conversations the end of for the remainder of Q3 and into Q4. So next is action. All of the awareness and the assessment in the world means nothing if we don't take action. So we need to review any plans we have. And so we're going to talk about that. We've talked about a lot of the things that we can do. We've talked about them a lot in these videos. So we're going to talk about how we can address capital gains exposures. There are many ways, and we're going to explore those in the coming months with you. So finally, we come back to the beginning of the video, really with the events of July 15th, the day when the planning that we had in place here at IHT paid off. Advocacy. Advocacy is the A word we'll use in this case. We know that capital gains are an issue in taxable accounts. That's why sometimes we vary slightly on our investment plans for taxable versus tax-deferred accounts. And there are times that we can't avoid, and sometimes we shouldn't avoid capital gains taxes and recognizing those capital gain taxes. But knowing the effects on our investment returns is a real key to that, and knowing how to address them. So again, having a key plan in place. So as these Friday videos are focused on planning, that is what we need to do with capital gains. The news, of course, in capital gains, on again, off again. But what we do know is that we need to focus on these capital gains as we get into the end of the year. So again, we're not tax advisors. We want to work with you, with your tax advisor, to incorporate the planning into your overall tax strategy. That's the way we get the most out of this. So as we move into the end of the summer, school starts, and hopefully we'll start to see the end of the pandemic, or at least this most recent wave. Please engage us engage with us in the idea on this exercise for capital gains. We'll be doing some assessments on the accounts with you when we have our conversations, and then we'll put some plans in place and we can take some action. So have a great weekend. We'll look forward to seeing you on Monday for our market video, market update video, and have a great weekend and stay safe.